Assalamu alaikum girls and a pleasant morning. Now we are going to see Indian Women by S. Radhakrishnan. Okay, yesterday we have seen about half of the prose, right? Yes or no? In this part, he tells that men and women are equal. We have to treat them equal. Okay, and yes or no? Yes, of course. Now we will see the rest part of the prose. Okay, the institution of marriage was exalted, that is high level in the Indian tradition. In the first period of our history, women was treated very very well. Okay, but in the certain part of our history, that has a drastic change in treating of women. Okay, is it clear? Okay, then now what he's telling that in our tradition, in previous history, we like we compare the women with God, like that. But in certain part of our history, we have changed our mind, and women was neglected. Okay, is it clear? The institution of marriage was exalted in the Indian tradition. Women were free to choose their husbands. The freedom of women is evident from the account of the popular festival called Samana. Here, they were have the liberty to choose their husbands. Okay. Here they were have the liberty to choose their husbands. Okay, the freedom of women is evident from the account of the popular festival called Samana. Samana, it is the freedom of women. It shows that they used to celebrate a festival like Samana. In that Samana, what they will do, a girl or women is free to choose their husbands. Okay, is it clear? Where men and women met and mixed freely. Okay, women were not the bond slave of pleasure. Those times a woman is not a bond slave. Okay, for pleasure. Is it clear? The end of marriage is a spiritual comradeships, that is friendship. Okay, is that clear, ma? Okay. Here, its sex life was thought despised, selfish. It is important for human development was recognized. In the previous history, we can see that they are much freedom for women. Okay, they are free to choose their husband, and there is no restriction for them. Okay, but it is not only for sex life. It is not selfish. Okay, but it is a human development. Okay, they celebrate marriage as a comradeship, that is the friendship. Is it clear? Okay, here in the next paragraph, here, it has been the tendency of men to use women as an object of amusement, something funny and pleasure. Now, in some period of history, it has changed, that suddenly a drastic change occurs in the women's life. That is, they are neglected, they are ill-treated. Okay, they are not getting education. Okay, there are a lot of things which ignored women. Okay, women is asked to look upon man as the meaning and justification of her existence. This is in the line with well-known saying, "He for God only, she for in him." It is often said that the Oriental woman is a slave, that is belonging of a woman. Okay, it is a slave. It only means that self-assertion is not her quality. The Oriental woman is not very different from other women in her innermost nature. She remains essentially feminine, on account of her social and religious culture. She gives and not takes. The world over, women are devoted and obedient. They dare to suffer where men would shrink, become smaller. Here, in this paragraph, it says that in those time they were enjoying their freedom. They are having much liberty. Okay, as man does. Okay, it says like it is saying, he for God only and she for God in him. That is, male is for God, but the female is God, living in God is living in him, in her. Okay, like that. It is a belonging of women. Is it clear? Okay, here they were devoted. Women are devoted and obedient. Devoted, that is prayed. Okay, is that clear? Okay. Here, in the next paragraph, we see in both men and women, especially in women, there is a deep desire to reproduce their kind. This is not a product of social conditioning. The satisfaction and creative opportunities of motherhood are well known. A woman bears the suffering caused by the pain of labor, but she forgets them in the joy of creation. She is essentially not the object of man's lust, but is the mother, the maker, the leader. It is the privilege of a mother to bring up her children, to help them to develop their distinctive gifts, physical and mental, ethical and spiritual. Marriage without motherhood is incomplete. Now, in this paragraph, he tells about the motherhood. Okay, without motherhood, marriage is incomplete. Okay, and with motherhood without marriage is also incomplete. Women faces many problems, okay, while in labor, but still she bears the child. Yes or no? She delivers the child, and it is her responsibility to bring her up. Yes or no? Yes, of course. Okay, it is a she forgets that pain and she enjoys the creation of. Okay, she enjoys the child. Yes or no? And it is a great privilege. It is a great honor of a mother to bring up her child. Okay, and to help them to develop their gifts like physical, mental, ethical, and spiritual. Everything they should develop. Okay, it is marriage without motherhood is incomplete, and motherhood without marriage is also incomplete. Is that clear? Okay. Then the next paragraph we have, the weakening of the union of marriage and so of the family is causing widespread concern. It is no use congratulating ourselves that things are not so bad here as in some other countries. For the deterioration that is progressively worse, okay, is increasing gradually in our country. To check it, we have to adopt higher standards of education and moral instruction, not merely for women but also for man. A successful marriage requires personal adjustments, which are not easy to make. They are possible only when we accept certain ethical and religious standards. Here, he is telling that in a certain period of history, that he tells that men and women are lacking behind. Okay, like man treat women ill-treated. Okay, so he tells that it is an we have to live our relationship in adjustment. Okay, in adjustment we have to live. Okay, a successful marriage requires personal adjustment. Okay, they are responsible for the accept certain ethical and religious standards. They have to accept. Okay, they have to accept girl fully and they have to accept boy fully. Okay, they have to understand each other. Then only they have to not only understand, they have to adjust also. Okay, then only they will reach the goal. Okay, they will live a happy life. Is that clear? Yes, ma? Okay. Here, the spirits of Indian culture does not deny to individual women the opportunity for spiritual development or intellectual eminence that is notable. Those who are inclined towards saintliness or scholarship becomes sannyasins in a spirit, though not always in form. Undivided allegiance to their aims is demanded of them. Sarada Devi is a noble example of this type. She impressed all those who had the privilege of meeting her as an embodiment of grace, purity, and simplicity. That is saintless scholarship and sannyasins. That is, who are who what those words means. It means that they are pure from everything. Okay, they are not lying. They used to tell the truth. Okay, is that clear? They are saint people. The priest in the temple, the father in the temple, father in the church, sisters in the church, right? They are very pure, right? Yes or no? Okay, like that only it is also. Here it is a very living example of, they are giving living example of Sarada Devi, who is very pure, okay, noble in her. She impresses all those people who come to her, who come and meet her. Okay, it is an embodiment of grace, purity, and simplicity. Is it clear? Okay, ma'am. Here, the next paragraph. The large majority of women as men Okay, here in this paragraph, the large majority of women as men, however, prefer marriage and motherhood to the life of saintliness, since science or scholarship. They are the great conservators of our culture. Even in families where they have received the modern education, they adhere to the household rituals, cradle song, and popular poetry. Here, in this, majority of women and men, okay, prefer marriage and motherhood, and they become as a saintliness, science, and scholarship. That they become very pure and notable, okay, noble person. In our culture, we received families in our culture they have received modern education. Instead of that, they perform household rituals. They perform household works also, and they perform the what are all the festivals comes, they used to perform correctly. Okay, the cradle songs, that is when a baby sleep, we used to murmur a song, right? That is a cradle song. And popular poetry. Is it clear? Okay, a definite philosophy of life is bound up with these, but the very quality of their being, women are the missionary of civilization. Missionaries of civilization. Missionary, that is teaching. Okay, preaching of religion. Civilization is, that is cultured way. Okay, with their immense capacity for self sacrifice, they are the unquestioned leaders in Ahimsa. They will yet teach the arts of peace to the warring world. They are able to teach the world peace. Okay, arts of peace to the fighting world. Is that clear, ma? Okay. Here I'm sharing the here I'm sharing with you most important quotes about women's education. Okay, it is not part of your essay. For your better understanding, I'm sharing these girls. Okay, please try and understand. Here, Malala Yousafzai, we people know who she is. Yes, she is a fighter. Okay, she wants education. Okay, is that clear? Okay. I want to say to the world, you must try to get an education because it is very important. If the new generation is not given pens, they will be given guns by the terrorists. Here, she quotes one most important quote, like a very important quote, that she says that we have to get education. It is very important because the new generation which comes, if we are not giving to them the pen, the education, the world will give them the guns and they will become terrorists. So we have to make them study, we have to make them educate. Okay, is that clear? It is here I'm sharing you the codes which is related to your subject, girls. Okay, for that only I'm sharing for your better understanding. Is that clear, ma? Okay. Here, one child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. Education is the only solution. Education first. Okay, here Malala Yousafzai making her first public address at the United Nations in New York. What she tells that one child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the whole world. Okay, so the first priority thing is we have to educate first. Okay, education is must for everyone. Is that clear, ma? Okay. Here, educate a girl and she will change the world. That is, if you educate a girl, she will change. She will change the whole world. Okay. If you educate a girl child. Is that clear, ma? Okay. How do you think that a girl child is can change the whole world by getting education? How? Please answer in your comments, girls. Okay. Here, the beautiful thing about learning is that no one can take it away from you. Here, the beautiful thing about learning is that no one can take it away from you. That is, if you are educated, the other person will take your wealth, take your home, take your belongings, everything they will take it away from you. But the learning, the education will not take it away. Okay, so it is with you. No one will take it away from you. Okay, so education is most important thing. Is it clear, ma? Okay. Here, if you educate a woman, you educate a nation. This James Emmanuel agree. Here, he says that if you educate a woman, you educate a nation. Okay, a generation to the world. Okay, because if she get education, she will teach to the other person. Okay, and it goes on like vice versa. Okay, it is like a chain. Is it clear? Please understand the meaning of the codes, girls. Okay, it is a deep meaning is lying behind the codes. So understand it clearly. Okay. An educated girl has direction. She has hope. She will become a mentor to other girls. She will change the world. Here, if you educate a girl, it will show you a direction. She will have hope. She will have hope. She will become a mentor to the other girls. She will become a mentor, that is teacher. Those who teach. Okay, mentor or a leader or advisor to the other girls. She will change the world. Okay, her thought will be changing to the world. Okay, it can change the world. Is it clear? Is it clear, ma? Okay. Education is not the answer to the question. Education is the means to answer all the questions. It is it is a very beautiful quote I found. It says that education is not the answers to the question. It means education is the means to answer all the questions. Okay, it is not merely to the question. Okay, it means to answer all the questions. Okay, that is called education. Is it clear? It is by William Allen. Let's think about this quote, girls. It is very nicely quoted. Okay, see the beauty of the quote. Education is not the answer to the question. Education is the means to answer all the questions. Okay, here education is for improving the lives of others and for living for your community and world better than you found it. Here it is education is for improving the lives of others and for living your community and world better than you found it. So it is for your living betterment. Okay. Here, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use it to change the world. It is said by Nelson Mandela. Okay, you can use this education as a weapon to change the world. Is it clear, ma? Okay. Here, the last paragraph of the prose is the position of women in any society is a true index of its culture and a spiritual level. Men who are responsible for many of the wives' views about men have women fantastic stories about the latest glamour and instability and their inferiority to men as well as their mystery and sanctity. That is, here and this last they are telling Radhakrishnan is telling that the position of women in any society is a true index of its cultural and a spiritual level. Okay, how they are teaching, how they are treating a women in their culture and spiritual level. Okay, it is he tells that it is if a man is treating them as viewing about women as their opinion, as well as women is also having a fantastic stories about their life. Okay, and their inferiority to men as well as their mystery and sanctity. Sanctity, quality of being holy, sacred and saintly. Okay, that is very pure person. Okay, virgin, like that. Is that clear, ma? By this we'll end up our this ends the essay here. Okay, in this what he wants to tell us, it is all about equal. He is telling about the equal right to development and advancement in life as man do. Okay, but sadly certain periods of our history had neglected the education of women, and hence women had to remain illiterate and mired in superstition. Okay, here he tells that we are all equal. Okay, but sadly in certain parts of our history women were neglected. Okay, is it clear? And they become illiterate and became superstitious. Okay, then he tells about the Ramakrishna who treated women very beautifully, respectfully, honored women. He is a living example. That is, he respects his wife Sarada Devi and other women also. Okay, and Radhakrishna reveals that his great concern about weakening of the union of marriage and hence of the family. Okay, he concludes by saying that the position of women in any society is a true index of its cultural and spiritual level. Okay, is that clear, ma? Okay, by this where we will end up our prose. By tomorrow we'll see the new thing. Okay. Any doubts? Please just watch the video, and if you have any doubts about this regarding this video, you just write it down in your comments. Sure, definitely I will answer your questions. Okay. Okay girls, thank you so much. Bye bye, take care.